What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages right in on the frequency of love for the highest good. Take what resonates, leave what does not. You know what's so crazy about the mission, right, that each of you are on? Is so beautiful. It's so much greater than you could have even possibly imagined, and it's actually transforming into something that is feeling like a little bit like, whoa, okay, uh-oh. So 10 of Wands here in reverse, okay? I'm getting this energy of like, you know, so, hold on, let me clarify. Because hold on real fast, I want to say something else about that channel. When you say like, uh-oh, it's kind of like, it's a good feeling, right? It's just like that feeling I was saying on that channel around like you're coming in over a roller coaster, and you're like, whoa, giving it up. But the thing is, 2 of Wands in reverse, I'm actually feeling like this is like actually when you go over the, and then all of a sudden you're like floating. And like the roller coaster keeps going and you're like watching it and you're like, whoa. But you're like floating now. You're like ascended. You're like, I'm so glad I jumped because I can't even believe that this is happening. Like it's giving me an energy of like a bird. Like you're a bird, 111 on the timer, who jumped from the nest, right? Before you were ready to fly, and then you started flying. And and like there's a kind of like, and I think now you're starting to fly and you're like and so like there's like the past position. Okay, 4 of Wands. So there's this energy of like grace, right? You were someone who, I'm seeing kind of like a labyrinth here that this person's standing inside of. A divine feminine energy of like creativity that was expressed in a way that's very balanced, in a way that's very discerning. I'm seeing a pyramid in the background here as well. This is like a strong structure, an ancient structure. This is something that you are grounded on top of, like that you are sure of. This person's very sure, okay? Very, very, very balanced here. And like this is like a wobbly position, but this is extreme balance, you know? So like I'm getting the energy of like this is easily able to wobble, right, and topple and stuff. Like you had everything kind of in control, so to speak, right? But it was easily just getting one of those like wobbly boards, right? Like one of those like little whatever. And it's kind of like, oh, like maybe like you didn't realize the wobbly nature because of how sturdy you are, and like grounded and graceful and poised and like steadfast and like in the direction in which you're going here, you know. And the 10 of Wands in your current position is giving me like very much an energy that you you know, that easily being able to like whatever, it either crumbled, like you, hold on, clarify that, like you crumbled it is almost what I heard. 8 of Swords. Okay, so I'm getting that you, when I say crumbled it, I'm like, this is a decision that you chose to walk away from something that was substantial for you, that like was bringing you into a direction of like, yeah, like, but again, with something about the foundation you felt is wobbly, that you hold on. That was such a weird word, wobbly. Yeah, okay, Death card in reverse. So you closed the cycle. You closed the cycle. And now I'm seeing that this has created like, so 8 of Swords here too, there's like this kind of a mourning period of some kind, that it's possible that either you had to go through here, you went through here, yes, you went through, yes. And let's see here. Became a Prince of Pentacles. Okay, nice. So the Prince of Pentacles is like this you know, I love to say this, but the goat is in the background. 444 on the timer, so greatest of all time. Take it if it resonates. 3 of Pentacles here. Beyond that is giving me like a prince who I said this in a past reading, a prince who's willing, okay, no, excuse me, that was a king who was willing to go to war, but this is a prince who is willing to do the work, okay? A prince who's willing to do the work, and you are working. You're doing the work. You're building a very solid structure, whoever you are. Now, gender is non-specific. You could be a princess, a non-binary person. It doesn't matter here because there's no gender in the tarot. We're speaking to energy here. And so you might relate to like your divine masculine qualities as it pertains to this particular thing that you're building, is what I mean. So even if you're a woman, you're building something here that is like so good, so like solid, so like fuck yeah, it runs like a fucking yes. And now these, as a woman, these would be like, you know, just like this is divine masculine energy in like your ability to like create action, right? And like create a life of your own, right? And like have agency and like to like make your own choices and things like this. Like this is giving you choice, whatever this is that you're building here. This is giving you freedom. This is giving you peace of mind that you deserve here. You know, peace of mind. If I'm getting your grace and your abilities in the past here, whatever the foundation is that was like wobbly, you know, I'm getting that like somehow you built like a really solid, firm foundation, like on top of like I'm picturing like a house that like the foundation is crumbling, but like the house is salvageable, if that makes sense. So they just like take the house. Is that possible? You take the house and like move it to like a place where it like, you know, and then like that's what I'm getting here. And but the thing about the house is that it was like rebuilt. You're rebuilding it. Like, so like it's not like you took the, like you built the house with your bare hands out of like sticks and mud and then took it. Do you know what I mean? That's what this is. It's not like you took something away from anyone anywhere ever. Although, you know, busted bitches will be obsessed with saying that. So the Fool card comes out here. So that's beyond the Prince of Pentacles here as well. I'm sorry, Prince of Pentacles, building something like very foundational and grounded and like just kind of looking back on it and seeing the humor in it all, right? So the Fool card here. Now this is someone who, okay, your divine feminine energy in the past position here, what I was saying, is so like graceful and poised and like, you know, sure and like on its way and like, you know, distinguished or something, is now like a mess because you see that this is a joke. Like it's all a silly fucking stupid fucking joke, and the Fool is very aware of this, and the Fool is now creating like, you know, art that is kind of bringing kind of that foundation back to I don't know the word, but it's helping to fix foundations everywhere. Underneath houses that are already built. You know what I mean? So like there are homes here that are built beautifully that just need to work on the foundation here in order to like bridge this back together. And this is the intention that I'm seeing for whoever you are, that you bring to the function. And the Three of Pentacles is very much giving me that like you building something in this way, whatever this thing is for you, is allowing others to understand and articulate what that is for them, right? For confirmation. And the Fool, whew, oh my gosh, it's a lot of work for whoever you are. and you make it look graceful. You make it look good. But that kind of, like energy of like, dang, this has been tough. I don't want to, I really do not want to glaze past your current position, okay? I looked up, saw 1010. Your current position and like what you're moving through here, okay? Because this is like a really specific curriculum, and like you might, for whoever this message is for, still be moving through it. But please understand the energy of the Fool. Please understand the energy of like all the things that you've closed out and how that will inform your messaging moving forward, your art moving forward, your life, your relationships, your romantic partnerships, your friendships, all of it. You know what I mean? And if this is a current position for you that it's feeling like it's dissipating, however, there's still more to move through here, right? And there are people, I'm getting that, like, you know, that are not like pleased with you, obviously, you know what I mean? Because I don't know, like, I guess when I say obviously, I don't, that's the energy of the universe. You know, the stand-up comic's gonna piss people off. The fool is just, the Fool becomes the Fool. The Fool's like chosen. The Fool is like seen. The Fool is expressed. The Fool is, it has to be the Fool. The Fool, you know, speaks like authenticity into the world inside of situations where there isn't like much, right? And so I'm getting the energy of like an old kingdom, right, that is, you know, long forgotten or something. Like the ruler of the kingdom, you know, has, guys, I'm not gonna go into this because I also mentioned I'm writing a graphic novel, you guys. It's kind of, I'm going into that territory with this. I don't want to give away the story. 12:12 on the timer. Okay, but like, okay, so it's like a kingdom that like just needs light and color and fun and shit, right? And like, it's kind of been missing that for a while, you know, for whoever this message is for. And yeah, for whoever this message is for, like, the Fool is, yeah, in these royal, like, sorry, sorry, so let me, some ancient court, right, some medieval times, okay, I don't know, I don't even really know much about like aristocracy and shit like that. I kind of don't, which is funny if you like know me. I don't know, I don't know really much about that. And also the energy of the jester, the court jester, that's what it is, thank you, being necessary for the royal court. 1313 on the timer. You know, it's like a necessary thing because it's like they celebrated the jester, right? This might not have, this wasn't someone who like was usually born into like some type of whatever like situation of like nepotism or anything, like, or some kind of like position of power or whatever. The Fool is just that fucking clever. The Fool is that good with words. The Fool is that funny, that sharp, that cool, that nice, that like they contribute in situations and shit. That you know, I think that the evolution of the Fool I'm seeing here possibly, and I've seen this throughout, like, you know, the past, since I've been alive. It feels like the Fool is the villain now. 1414 on the timer, there you go, confirmation. So the Fool is now the villain in the story of the world right now, whereas the royal court jester used to be someone, you know, they were, it's not that they were positioned, but they were like, they were admired, you know. And they'd also, like, you know, they would be hated too, because there were people in the royal court and shit that they would like jeer and make jabs at and shit. and then everyone would laugh, you know, and it would be ah ha ha ha. But they could do this because they could speak the truth to the power in a way that they needed it. And no offense to the people who are in the positions of power and anything like that, but like when you literally become someone of with like a substantial like career or like money or like, you know, resources and whatever, like you literally cannot help but lose aspects of yourself. You can't help but lose parts of your soul. 1515 on the timer, confirmation, because you are like you're not in communion with your own human nature, right? And I think that like for whoever the Fool is allowing the people of the world to discover themselves, you know, in this brand new way that makes them feel more possible, more colorful, more alive. You know, the Fool here will make the world like kind of check itself in a way, but then also laugh at itself in ways. You know, the Fool is so necessary, and the Fool does not need to be vilified. Maybe the Fool was vilified. I wasn't alive back then, or maybe I was. And I have talked about it in a past channel too. So call me crazy. You know they will. But on my other playlist over there, and where I'm like developing my stage persona, I had a really brief past life regression, 1616 on the timer, with someone who very brief, and like one of the only messages I kind of got was like, is a royal court jester that I was, you know, and there was something that had gone on, and I had said too much, or I offended the wrong person, right? Go look at that video for more. It's on, I think, the last Showboy playlist. Anyway, yeah, check it out if you want. But yeah, take that if it resonates. I don't know, because the energy here I'm feeling of somebody coming into form here after you've built something beautiful and closed out a cycle here as well, some foundation that was wobbly and fixed or whatever, like again with the energy of you being able to fix and change and move the world forward, 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 forward. There's no foundation that cannot be fixed right now in this reading where this is at. Now whether or not, like, you know, the royal court, 17 on the timer or whatever, whether or not like the royal court, like, you know, for whoever this message is for, like wants to accept the Fool as the hero that they truly are, you know, that remains to be seen. However, we are learning more and more as time goes on that as these cycles close out, each and every one of us are so much more alike than we might realize, and maybe there's a Fool in each and every one of us. And maybe that was what the Fool was there for, right? And maybe that's why the stand-up comic is there, right? Maybe that's why writers are important. Holy shit, writers suck right now. And writers are so important. Yeah. You know what? It's funny, like, I know a writer's out there, like, pissed at me for that, right? Someone who's, like, probably really successful, like, writers don't suck, I'm great. It's like, you know what? You probably are. You probably are. And that's beautiful. So you're the Fool. So this message is for you, so you shouldn't be offended by that. Go out there and keep doing this thing, you know, that you're already doing, right? You're already doing it for whoever got hurt by that, right? Aren't you already, you're already doing it? So there's no need to feel confronted by my message, right? There you go. That's the Fool. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna leave it here, winding this one down. I'm loving this energy here too. It's feeling like possibilities. It's feeling like being open to things being greater than what they are, right? 1919 on the timer, or what you perceive them to be on the surface, okay? And even yourself, being open to perceiving yourself differently than you are on the surface, okay? Alright, thanks so much everyone for being here for this message, and I look forward to seeing you in another one very soon. Bye guys.